What is up, Karatics? In this video, I'll be showing you guys how the new Acid Lab business as part of the Drug Wars DLC works and how much money it pays. So, firstly, you need to acquire the Acid Lab, and unlike a lot of the old businesses in game, you cannot actually buy this one currently, although according to the files, you will be able to later on for 1.5 million roughly. However, currently, the only way you can get it is by completing the 6 first dose missions, and these can be started by visiting Ron on the map, represented by the yellow R. Once there, you'll want to do the first mission, which will unlock you the Freak Shop warehouse. After that's done, you're going to want to visit the yellow circle outside the Freak Shop warehouse, which is where you're going to complete the 5 remaining first dose missions. And in the last mission, you steal the Brickade 6x6 and bring it to the Freak Shop, and it's actually given to you for free. So that's nice of Rockstar to do there. And then there's one more mission that you have to do in order to convert it into an Acid Lab. To do this, go outside the Freak Shop and you'll see these 3 icons appear. Then you're going to want to head towards one of them and do the forklift simulator part, where you load the equipment on a flatbed and then deliver it to the Freak Shop. From there, you're going to visit the mechanic next to the Brickade and pay for the fee for the equipment to be installed, and that is $750,000, or free if you have a GTA Plus subscription. And finally, you now own an Acid Lab. So this business works very similarly to the other businesses in game, like the Bunker and the MC business, where you have the supplies you have to keep restocking by either sourcing them or, of course, buying them. To source them, you can walk up to the shelves by the entrance of the Acid Lab and then hit right on the D-pad, or you can call your contact Mutt to do that as well, who's the one that's inside your Acid Lab. Now, completing one of these supply sourcing missions will take between 10 and 15 minutes and will only fill up about 1 supply bar out of the 5. So really isn't all that great. So it's going to be a lot better and more time effective to just buy the supplies, which actually gives you a full supply bar. This can be done by visiting Mutt in your Acid Lab or by calling him, and the cost is only $60,000 for an entire supply bar, or around $30,000 obviously if your supplies are halfway. And some of you might say, well, I don't want to spend that money on supplies, I'd rather just steal it. Well, that takes a lot of time, so you're better off buying the full supply bar for the $60,000, and then to recoup that money, you can do the Dax work missions or even payphone hits, VIP work, whatever you want to do, which is a lot better than spending over an hour sourcing supplies for the Acid Lab. And to get a full Acid Lab, this will take about 3 full supply bars at $60,000 each, which is $180,000. So what's the payout like? Well, a full Acid Lab sells for about $237,000, and it takes about 6 hours to fill up. However, you can double the production speed of your lab by walking up to this table and hitting right on the D-pad, which will double the production speed of the lab for 30 minutes. However, this can only be done once every real-life day, not in-game day, real-life day, so this will only bring the total down by about 30 minutes, making it 5.5 hours instead of the 6 if you make all the product in one day. So not really all that much money. However, if you sell it in a public session, there's a high demand bonus which gives 2% extra money per player in the session, which means it can sell for up to about $370,000 if you're in a full player session. But there is a way to make even more money through this business more efficiently, and that's actually through an equipment upgrade that you can buy, which will increase the profits of the Acid Lab by about 40% and the speed by about 30%. This upgrade can be purchased by visiting Mutt next to your Acid Lab in the Freak Shop. However, you actually have to unlock this upgrade. So to do this, you need to complete 10 of the Fooligan missions, which is the work you request by calling Dax. These missions pay out $50,000, although we do have double money on them during this event week, so you actually get $100,000, and it only takes between 5, 10, maybe even 15 minutes if it's one of the longer ones, but not really all that much time. So you're probably saying to yourself, well, I can knock out those 10 pretty easily. However, there is a 48-minute cooldown between each one, which is very, very annoying. And since you're required to do 10 of them to unlock that upgrade, that means it would take 8 hours to unlock the equipment upgrade, so I highly recommend starting them as soon as you can, guys. Now, once you finish those 10 work missions from Dax, you can go ahead and purchase the upgrade, which only cost 250,000, which I think is an absolute deal. And with this upgrade, the Acid Lab will now only take about 4 hours to fill up instead of the 6 like before, and only about 1.5 full supply bars to fill up instead of the 3 like before, and will sell for 335,000. And if we include the production speed bonus you can do once every IRL day for the 30 minutes, it will now take about 3.5 hours to fill up instead of the 4, which that's pretty decent, under the 4-hour mark. And if we add the public session high demand bonus to this, that means you can earn up to about 520,000 in a full player session. This makes it the most profitable passive income business in the game based on how quickly you can make that money. And if you're worried about griefers when selling, with this business, while you're selling, you can actually go fully off the radar by either calling Lester or of course bribing the authorities by using the CEO ability. And it's pretty crazy that between the 750k cost to set up the Acid Lab and the 250k cost for the equipment upgrade, you're all in only $1 million for a really good passive income business that doesn't require a crazy expensive property to store it in or constant raids. I mean, you get your $1 million investment back after selling only about 2 full Acid Labs of product when fully upgraded. I mean, that's pretty amazing. Now, in terms of the delivery vehicles for the Acid Lab sales, there's thankfully only one, and that is the Manchester Scout C, and will only take you about 10 minutes to complete these sale missions, so very efficient in that regard as well. So if you're a brand new player in game, or even a veteran player in game, I would highly recommend setting this business up and making some really good passive income in a relatively short amount of time, without crazy expensive upgrades or annoying raids like the other passive income businesses. So there you go, an actual good business from Rockstar, something that's actually going to be useful and that we're actually going to keep using over time. I mean, with all these passive income businesses, Bunker, MC, Nightclub, this, I mean, wow, you're going to be making some serious money if you have all these businesses running at the same time. Or even if you're a new player, I mean, there really isn't much investment that goes into setting this up. I think this is very good and something every player should have and keep at. Most of the aspects of this update I'm not too much of a fan of. A lot of issues with certain customization on the cars and features and handling flags and all that. But in terms of this business, I think Rockstar actually did a very good job. Very solid business. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.